and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any amendments to the agenda tonight?
I do not, Madam Chair.
All right, if I can get a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Sure.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair says aye, agenda approved. Any announcements tonight?
Madam Chair, the only one that's just a shout out that we do have a special town meeting on Monday, June 10th at 7.
It's next week?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, just creeped up on me. And I'm just going to explain the flowers. I walked in tonight and I had a very pleasant surprise sitting here at my chair, and these are from my husband. And I've already been asked 5 times what he did, and I don't know. To my knowledge, it's a good thing that I got flowers tonight. So I thank my husband for them. Anyone here for public input? Mary? Boy, that, whew.
Well, you and I discussed some of this on Parade Day.
Oh, refresh my memory.
Okay, we're talking about changing the bylaw with regards to town meeting and town elections.
I do remember a brief conversation.
We
Yeah.
discussed it
Yeah.
actually last meeting.
Yeah.
And so I've been going back and checking a lot of my personal notes and everything. And government has changed a lot in the number of years I've lived here. We used to go to town meeting. It would start at 7, and it sometime would be 11:15 at 11:45 before we left. I think in 2001 we had 4 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. Now we get things done in a different way. I think that more people than not, we all agree the parking lots up there at the school is a disaster to get in and out of. It's dark when you come out at night. And when you're elderly, night driving bothers you more.
Mm-hmm.
So, and since most of us seem to be elderly, I've been looking, and we pretty much don't stay more than 3 hours. I would like you people to do that. I could do a citizen's petition, but to do that for the fall town meeting would require over 100 certified signatures. And because the fall is a special, we know how council told us about that. You're our elected leaders. I'd prefer it if you did this and gave everybody a chance to look at it. My suggestion is that we have town meeting first. Town meeting be the 4th Saturday in April at 10 a.m. and that town elections would be the 2nd Saturday in May. And as far as the time for the town elections, I think the clerk can decide that. We don't even have that many people that vote anymore,
That's
if you
true.
think about it.
And the sad part is they don't even absentee vote or early vote.
Monday's a weird day too.
Yeah.
They correlate voting with Tuesday for the most
Yeah.
part, or Saturdays in local
And is,
towns.
Well, to be honest with you, it is something that the board has discussed over the years.
Right.
I had to peek over my pretty flowers. And also, a lot of residents have talked about it too. So I do think that there is some interest out there.
And you know, a couple of people, of course, and I don't pay any attention to it because, you know, I might make up my mind to something that's generally
You're
it.
stubborn, we know.
Yes, and said, oh, you can't do that, that's the worst idea I ever heard.
You know what, I think
People
Sherman
have
does it on a
ideas.
Saturday, Harvard
Well,
does it on a
yes.
Saturday, other towns, so it does work.
Right, Westford does it on a Saturday,
And to be honest,
they do
if
it March.
If you want to attend town meeting, you're gonna
You're gonna,
attend.
yeah, and much better to go there on a Saturday morning. If you have errands to do and something, we're only gonna be there for 3 hours, you can do it afterwards. And besides, you're voting the budget for all the people in town. You rely on your public safety, their budget is there. Everybody agrees that the Parks Department, and Jeff does a wonderful job down there, the budget's there. We have all the capital plan. So I would appreciate it if you could have that on the agenda for the fall town meeting, so we could start next year, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary.
Yes.
Not to get into it, but I tend to agree with Mary. I think the election should be after town meeting, in my opinion. I always feel like the people that worked on stuff and served, if they're not running again or unelected, makes sense for the big town meeting and present.
Yeah, I guess when it was changed years back, it was because some people thought it was being political, but you can make anything political, so.
Is there a problem with trying it? I mean,
So Madam Chair, as the board discussed at the last meeting, and to build off on what Ms. Spinner brought up, for the board's next meeting in June, I've asked the town clerk to come, and the town clerk has been compiling research from all of the towns about Saturday versus all of the things that were just discussed, so we can look at that information. And as far as the board knows, it will take a bylaw, a change to change the election and the town meeting. I tend to, my opinion, agree that the election should be after the town meeting, and then the town meeting being before it. And then the hours of the voting, the town clerk has the authority within certain parameters to set that, rather than having the polls open, as Ms. Spinner mentioned, for 12, 13 hours. Many of the towns that do the election, say on a Saturday or what have you, do 8 hours or what have you.
Yeah.
So again, all good thoughts. So we'd like to continue it at the next meeting in June with some more information and
You
moving
can
in
make
that
sure that
direction.
it's on the agenda for next meeting. That'd be
Yes.
great.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Mary. Okay. Anyone else here for public input? Okay. All right. Chief Murray.
Evening, everybody.
Good evening.
you guys can switch down this way too if you'd like.
So by way of explanation to the public, excuse me, when we went to the town manager form of government, all the appointments except for the department heads are done now by the town manager, and the board of selectmen don't get the opportunity to meet the new people that are being hired. So what we're trying to do tonight is to start a new program where we bring them before the board just for a meet and greet after obviously they've already worked. We haven't done this enough probably. It's been a year since this happened, so that's why we have so many people in front of you now. We'll try to do it maybe quarterly or as it happens, just so we can keep the numbers small. Okay?
Sounds great.
So before you, we have Erica Trank,
Erica.
Monica Maciel,
Aye.
Hello.
Mike Nicola,
Aye.
and Timothy Ialeggio.
Aye.
Erica is our records clerk. You might know her from the Council on Aging, where she worked 2017 until she came to us. She was the MARC coordinator and secretary over there. She lives in Gardner, but originally from Ayer, and a graduate of Ayer High School. Just so happens her husband, DJ, is one of our dispatchers. Monica is one of our newer dispatchers. She currently lives in Groton with her husband and family. She holds an associate's degree in liberal studies and just graduated, congratulations, from Riviera University with a BA in psychology. Describes herself as a detail-oriented and perfectionist who gives 100%, and we have seen that.
She has a degree in psychology, and you brought her to us.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
I think we could all use some of it.
Woo!
It happens, prior to coming to us, she was an intern at the Pepperell Police Department and worked on the COIN program, which you all know for our, that we're involved in. Mike is one of our newer patrol officers, a resident of Stoneham. He was certified officer at Salem State University before coming to Ayer. He worked for Endicott College in the town of Saugus as well. Graduate of Curry College with a BA in criminal justice. He's RAD certified, FTO certified, and is an EMT. And then Mike is our newest Ayer. Mike is currently in the field training program. Due to graduate when?
4 weeks.
4 more weeks. He's a resident of Lunenburg and a prior police officer in Dunstable. We knew Mike Tim rather very well. He worked details for us for a year? Half a year?
3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, for quite some time, so he was well versed with the town, and he knows the area. Obviously, all 4 were vetted through our team, and you know how seriously we take that process. The deputy is here now, can tell you. My whole team with the detectives, the Sergeant Edmonds, Heather Sherry, we go through all steps and leave no stone unturned when we try to get these people. So you get the best of the best in front of you.
Great.
Excellent.
Excellent.
So
Nice to meet all of you.
Tim is
Nice
still
to meet
just
you.
like the ride-alongs, is that what it is with your guys, or?
Right, so
Yeah.
right now he's on the day shift.
Mhm.
His site, he does, field trainers do 3 cycles on each one on each shift, and they're 3 weeks each. Right now he's assigned to the day shift, riding with Chris Rogers, and then he will finish 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'll go back to midnights and that'll be done.
All right, and then he goes back to his first field trainer, who will do a final assessment of him. Basically, let him free to do whatever he wants. And
You passed, here's the car.
What's that?
You passed, here's the
Yeah.
car.
That's about it. Yeah.
All right, great. And Mike, what shift do you work in? You overnights?
I actually work days.
Oh, okay, great.
Soon to go 311, or are you staying on days?
I'm staying on days, and Tim, I believe, is going to be going through to 11.
We have a shift bid coming up, so there'll be some changes on the shifts.
Terrific.
Excellent. Are you full staff now, chief? Almost?
I guess we have to, yeah, I am full staffed, but that doesn't mean everybody's working. I have
Understood.
I
Yeah,
have 2 out injured right now.
yeah, okay.
Well, we are very lucky to have all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you guys, you like the town, obviously? You like the position? I mean,
Yes.
Obviously, you're not going to say no, but I mean,
Right.
for the most part.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's a different pace. I like it. It's very nice.
Great, we're happy to have you.
Anything guys you want to add, or? No?
Nice to meet you all.
Thank you all for coming down tonight.
Yes,
Thank
thank you
you.
very
Yeah.
much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
We're very lucky to
Thanks,
have you.
guys.
Thank you.
Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tim, good to see you.
Yes.
Robert.
Good to see you. Good. Good
Nice to see you.
to see you.
And a couple of quick updates on some things we've been working on at PD. The big one is our radio project. As you know, this is a public safety radio project, not just a police department radio project. So all the departments benefit, or all the major, DPW, fire, police being the bigger one, because we've been so hampered and so without adequate communication. I hear from Superintendent Wetzel and Chief Pedrazi on their side that everything is done, and they're very happy with the project as it's gone. We are in final testing right now on the police side, due to be completed next week. And I will be convening our radio project team for a meeting next Thursday, I hope, to do a final sign-off on the project. Right now, we're testing all of the most remote ends of the town areas to make sure they're functional, but everything seems to be working great. So it's been a long time coming. Since 2015, we've been working on this thing, and it's finally coming to an end.
And you're not picking up, what was it, Litchfield, New Hampshire, or what was it?
All of that's gone away. We don't know what, we finally, I think, was able to convince them to lower their power output. So we haven't had any issues with them whatsoever for some time now.
And Robert may have mentioned this, so I mentioned it at the end of the last meeting. Deputy Chief Gill explained it to me at St. Mary's, and I understood it. My son thought he was using an old phone and called 911 when I had pneumonia. So I came down, Bill Whaley, to 2 officers in my foyer, and his radio wouldn't work in the house, so I was concerned. So I mentioned it to Robert to ask how the project was going. But then the deputy chief explained a lot of times it's the actual handheld, because it worked. The officer on the front porch, it worked. They were 3 feet apart.
Right.
So he explained it because I was concerned it wasn't, it was part of the project. But once the
Yeah, so the hand microphones that, attached
Yep.
by wire to our our portables aren't as efficient as they should be.
Mhm.
At that particular time, we still weren't up and running on the east
Yeah,
side
it
of
was
town.
about, it was.
So that happened during the month of May.
Yes.
So lots changed there.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say it's gonna be any better for the portable microphones, but officers just need to be aware of that. You need to know that that really shouldn't be. I use it myself for listening,
Mhm.
because it's so convenient to have it up on your ear, especially in a crowd, like the 4th of July. But I always take my portable off my belt and talk with that. But yeah, that is a big issue. And not just for us, for any.
Sure,
department.
yeah, that's what the deputy was explaining. And what's nice about Ayer is you guys always tend to travel, and there's always that second officer for the most part, if there's not a
Ah,
reason
yes,
going on.
well, I mean,
Especially on the, other side of town.
that's the new strategy. My guys don't go anywhere alone anymore.
No,
I won't
no,
allow
and
it.
it's a great
It's not
strategy,
safe.
actually.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I will say that before I couldn't pick up the DPW radio when I crossed into Littleton, and now I can get it my driveway right.
Wow,
Really? So yeah, his
Nice.
is working
Yeah.
well. So
Nice.
that's great.
it's all been really good.
Well, that's good. It's a safety issue, so I'm just glad to.
Very happy. The second issue is with the thought of the cameras and our investigation into that. Town-wide cameras, Main Street cameras, certain intersections. We've found that it's not really feasible. It's not cost prohibitive. It is cost prohibitive. It would cost a great deal of money to make that project work.
Yeah.
When we're talking, in the area of $30,000-$40,000 just to get it started, and then there's a yearly fee. So it won't work. Bandwidth on Main Street for those the new lights we have out there, those are supposed to be internet capable, or have some kind of internet connectivity.
Well, we have what's called a mesh network with all the streetlights. We actually don't have them on Main Street
Okay.
here. But they have a module that you can buy and attach, but to transmit, for instance, video, bandwidth is too high. So you can plug those into the software and have cameras that you can then download the data from. But if you want to transfer it, then you need to add some cellular modems and things like that. Even that gets a little complicated.
Right.
But you could put a camera up there that with this near sky module that would collect data, but you wouldn't be actually.
That's what the railroad has at the Wagon Road crossing, which I found that they go down, if there's an incident, they can go down and download it. Yeah, so since he goes down and put the chip or something there.
So we found a great many businesses have cameras that we can utilize. Residents are starting to get cameras more and more. Our goal are now, or we're going to be moving towards buying pole cameras, what we call pole cameras, for the police department. Maybe 2 of those. We're looking at that right now. If we have a problem area, we can put those up. We have full access to them, and only us. We can use them anywhere we wish,
Well, that's a good idea.
rather than keep cameras just all around town.
Mhm.
So that's our current goal.
Is there one at the park? There used to be one, but I don't know how it worked. I mean, it was older. I think it might have been from Cindy or something, just.
Yes, so there was a camera down there, and then there was something to do with on the tech end of it.
Yeah.
And I know that Cindy and Jeff were looking into replacing that.
Mhm.
So let me follow up with them. But you were correct, there was one for quite some time, and then it had something to do with the transmission of the information.
In the MARC project, there's cameras, is there gonna be, or is the MBTA, which brings it up, is the flag missing? I saw this morning.
Yeah, so there will be, at the parking deck,
Mhm.
there will be a camera system.
Yeah.
And we will be meeting with Mart, the police chief, and so forth, about the specifics of that moving forward. But yes, there will be cameras there. And though there aren't at the platform,
Mm-hmm.
I think that is an ask moving forward, definitely for the platform.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But the parking facility will have cameras.
Chief, do you find that people are, do you find that the doorbells and all these cameras, people offer these up for investigations and stuff like that? I mean,
If we find that they have them and we
Yeah.
ask, generally they don't refuse us.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever had anybody refuse.
so they are helpful, obviously, people.
They can be,
Neighbors,
sometimes they can't be.
Sure.
I mean, it depends on what they capture and
Mm-hmm,
all kinds of different
sure.
things, but yeah.
Cool.
So those are my 2 big updates. Are there any questions on this stuff?
Quick question.
Sure.
How about any issues going on with the parking situation because of the construction going on?
Nothing really major that we have noticed. We are yet to have our meeting, but the major department has a town manager. We had planned on doing a 30-day review.
Mhm.
I've had a few complaints, mostly from the same person or people,
Mhm.
and I consider them fairly minor.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people just wondering, where can I park? I had a guy come in today, you know, he wants to use the rail trail regularly, just wanting to know where can he park to
Mhm.
do that. So, you know, I had advice for him. But really, complaints, we haven't received any. Our
Okay.
parking citations have gone up a bit because of the rail trail not being there, and also our new program of resident-only parking.
Mhm.
Those have seemed to level off.
So
it hasn't
it
been
might have been
really
like the
major
initial
issue.
confusion.
Right at the
Some
very
people-
beginning, but
yeah.
since then, a lot of people were well educated ahead of time. So, you know, I think the town did a good job getting the word out,
I think they did
and
too.
that alleviated a lot of that.
Has it been better on Pleasant Street now with the resident only? Lower Pleasant, right?
Lower Pleasant,
Yeah.
all of those areas have been better,
Good.
keeping the resident only. You know, I don't think we see very often that people are going against the signs anymore.
All right, thank you.
It may be worthwhile, once we get together, to do some sort of a plan for the rail trail, because I noticed when I was driving here, they were parking in Napa parking lot, things like that.
Or were they for the rail trail?
Yeah, so I think, you know, as summer comes and you have, you know,
Yeah.
families and things, they're not gonna wanna park and have to cross Groton Street. and
Sure.
things. So we probably ought to identify some places after hours, like for instance, the bank might be a good location or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, especially weekends too.
And then post that somewhere visible, either
Right.
on the town Facebook or town website or something.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Would it be possible to put a temporary crosswalk from the 0 Park Street, that little triangle parking lot, just across the street? Because I noticed on the
We have
weekends
one, we have
that,
it.
There's already one there?
like right at the
There's
parking lot.
one there already.
Okay.
One there,
I'm
one
not sure, we
parking there.
usually put a sign there, I'm not sure if
Yep.
there's one there now.
We keep the sign there pretty much all the time now.
And in case anyone's wondering, our sign at the Sandy Pond Beach has been run over 4 times so far this year. One was.
That was a
there, I
close
think.
call, I'll admit that.
One was there 4 hours before it got run over. So.
It's only June 3rd, isn't it?
It was, so there's not one there. And it's because we're waiting for another one to come in.
It's a hard angle to pull out when you're taking the left to, it's not in your line of sight.
Well, thank you, Chief.
Chief, real quick, so you think we're back, like, once you get your guys back, which hopefully it's not a situation like we had in years past, you're gonna have the traffic up for the third
That's
guy?
still my goal.
So maybe soon? I know you've tried.
We'll see, yeah, we'll see when we get these people back. One's a supervisor, so that really hurts us.
Sure.
I had to move supervisors around. The other looks like it's gonna be a little bit longer term,
Mhm.
but yes, that's still I haven't forgot that goal yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Great, thank
Great.
you.
Anything else for the
Wait a
board?
minute. Mary,
No,
Mary,
thanks for
I'd
the
like to
update.
ask a
Thanks
question.
very much.
Yes, Mary.
Chief, if it isn't posted, are all the streets 25 miles? Cars and motorcycles, because we have a real
All
problem.
motor vehicles.
All vehicles?
All vehicles, 25 miles an hour, unless otherwise posted,
Okay.
yes.
And it's
On all
posted
town
pretty well, too,
roads.
actually.
This
Yeah.
doesn't cover state roads, like
Correct.
110 or 2A out towards the other end of town.
I'm
All town roads.
I'm more concerned with them flying down my street with school
Up in
day
Devon's
dumperies
Crest.
and-
Yeah,
yes.
that whole area will be 25.
Maybe when you get your staff back, we could perhaps have an officer come up someday in the summer? Would it be possible to
We can take a look at that now.
meet
yeah.
with a few people?
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, thank
Absolutely.
you.
And we can do that for any neighborhood that asks. You know, we'll make it a point of doing that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you, Chief.
Okay.
Thanks
Always a
very much.
pleasure to see you.
You too. Thank you very much. Have a great night, guys.
Summer.
Thank you. You too.
Summer is here.
As much as I like you, Chief, I'd like not to talk to you for a while.
I get that a lot.
right, Mark.
Easy one for you tonight.
Nothing's
You say
contaminated, we
that.
haven't found anything.
All right.
Well,
Easy one.
we still have,
All right,
I don't know if Robert forwarded you, the DEP had asked me to start doing a weekly PFAS update.
Yeah.
So I'm doing those every Monday. A lot of them will be repetition because we don't always have something that happens every week, but next week we'll have even more information because we're opening bids on the plant tomorrow. And I'm meeting with DEP tomorrow to talk about trying to locate the source of the contamination at
Well, the
Spectacle
FDA
Pond.
announced, I sent you guys an email with
Right,
this morning.
yeah.
You sent one of the
Yeah.
specs?
Yeah.
The FDA announced it.
They're testing
I don't remember if it
food.
was yesterday morning or this morning I sent it,
Yeah.
where it's in everything.
It's in everything, yeah.
And they're officially declaring it's in everything.
Yeah.
Especially like all our Teflon coated pans that we all loved. Tossing.
Well, once we start testing everything, you're gonna find it.
The
at-
food supplies and everything, yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, every Monday, hopefully I'll get something, I'll send it to Robert and Carly, and we're posting it on the town website also. And then that goes to, I have a whole list of people, EPA, DEP, Mass Waterworks Association, so everybody knows what's going on.
Okay. I just want to
So.
make sure that we clarify when we said food supply, national,
Right.
national, all right? I don't want anybody to think it's just the town of Ayer. All over. Okay, what you got for us?
As you know, we're just finishing up the phase 1 upgrade of the wastewater treatment plant contract. And so we have the final change order, which covers 8 different items. Basically what we do is we kind of collect all these and then we vet them and go back and forth with the contractor, and then instead of having 8 separate change orders, we have one which covers 8 items. This is actually the 3rd change order in this contract. So this one is the largest so far. It's about $79,000 for the 8 different items. There's a couple big items here. One was we were required to put in a special radio so that the police had communications with the plant. And we had an issue with all the floor drains we discovered were plugged and failing. And anytime you're working on a building that's 40 years old, you think you can fix it this way, and then you find out something different. And then the other one, which we ended up doing, which I thought was a good move, was the contractor was required to bring in a trailer because we're disrupting the operations in the plant. So the trailer's for us to put a lot of our records in and our guys to go in when there's work going on in their office. Rather than the next contract, so we have a number of phases going on, so rather than the next contractor bringing in a trailer and hooking it all up to the water and sewer and bringing in all new equipment, we decided we would purchase it, leave it on site through all the different construction phases, and then sell it when we're all done. So that's part of this is the $15,000 for the trailer, but it's a bunch of odds and ends stuff. So the total change order is $78,715.54, which brings the total contract with the other change orders to $2,344,158.94, and this is for signature by the board.
Any discussion?
No. Make a motion to approve the wastewater treatment plant upgrade change order number 3 in the amount of $78,715.54.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And the chair says aye.
And I don't know if you want me to just leave these. There's 5 copies, so I can leave them and
Yeah,
pick
so
them
I'll
up.
get them
And I
tomorrow.
think Lisa has a line there to
Yep. we can
sign
get
also.
them tomorrow.
Mark, the rotary the state give a time frame on the center?
Yes, I thought they were starting this week, and I know they dig safed it last week.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I meant to call the guy. I was out of the office all day today, but I meant to call him yesterday and find out what actually when they were going to be digging.
Are we
but
losing
it's-
all those trees? In
No,
the
no,
States?
no.
That's just the buffer?
There's like one big tree that's in the stake area,
Mhm.
and that one's staying.
Okay, good.
There are some small trees. They're planting, I
60?
thought it was 40
Yeah. It was
shrubs and
like-
trees.
That was 50.
Yeah, there was quite a few.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I think once it gets all done, it'll look pretty good.
And the sidewalks,
And,
too, that's state, that's.
The state's taking care of those too, so that was sort of me whining to the state. He said, let's get this guy to shut up.
That's what you gotta do sometimes.
Absolutely. And then, just the East Main Street Bridge, West Main Street Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't have to get in depth, but looks to me like the phone company maybe with the pole.
Well, there's a couple issues. One is that we're still going back and forth with Mass DOT Bridge Division on the foundation design for the bridge. So we think we've resolved that, but the problem is the resolution that MassDOT wants could add up to $200,000 to the cost, which I basically said, well, then we don't have enough money to do the job. So we are either looking for additional funds and or bid it and see what happens. At this point, I don't think it's worth bidding it in the middle of a construction season because we won't get good numbers. I think one of the engineers was saying they bid a job last week and they got one bidder and it was $1 million. No, it was, how much was it? It was $3 million project. It came in at 3.7 million. And I think that's what's happening is you're seeing
There's so much going on.
25 to 40% increases right now because everybody's so busy. So we met yesterday to talk about the strategy of what to do. And so I think the way we're going to do it is get MassDOT approval, go out to bid, see how the numbers come back, and then figure out if it's a lot more money, what plan B is. And plan B may be we either look for more money or reduce the size, the scope of the project, or see if town meeting wants to devote more money. But it's not going the way I was hoping it would. MassDOT's had the plans for over a year.
Try one.
Believe me, they don't even answer my.
They get it from every day.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't answer my calls anymore. Anyway.
Well, if there's anything we can do to whine, please let us know.
Yeah.
Work
Okay.
out, that will help.
All right.
We're good
Good.
at whining.
All right.
All right,
Anything
thanks,
else?
Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
We got the Pleasant Street and Taft Street paving project all done. We put in a new sidewalk on Pleasant.
Oh, wow.
And so that went pretty smoothly. They just started construction over on Oak and Prospect this week, so we should see a lot going on over there. And
What else do you have your check in the 90 list for the summer yet, or for the fall, whenever you do it for other roads, or is that?
I haven't actually. I don't know whether Robert has seen the letter from the state. I think we're getting the same amount.
Yeah.
Because I know it was what was in the budget. We are part of that Oak and Prospect is Chapter 90. The other thing I need to figure out is for East Main Street, we need to now acquire the right-of-ways. I think we talked about this at town meeting. And if we have to pay for any of those, we can use Chapter 90 money. So I've got to kind of figure out the budget on that also. But I do have some other roads on my list. I just got to remember. Don't you put me on the spot?
No,
I
it's
can't
fine.
remember which ones they were.
I know a lot of times you guys do it in September too, so you have a little time.
I'd like to get going on the rest of Washington Street. So.
Yeah, the upper half is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is getting, you really notice it when you drive past Highland Ave. So that's, I'll probably put in for that also. And then we have some other streets we're looking at if we can afford everything.
Great, thanks very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you, Mark.
Robert,
Madam Chair, members of the board, good evening. You have in the packet the town warrants that I reviewed and approved since the board last met on May 21st. And then just very briefly in terms of the administrative update, it can't hurt to say it again that there's a town meeting Monday, June 10th, 7 p.m.
town meeting,
Yep.
Monday, June 10th, 7 p.m. at the
And-
high school,
And
here in Ayer.
we will be in good shape for that meeting. Just a couple of things that we've been working on since the board last met, a couple highlights. We did replace the flowering dogwood outside of the town accountant's office. The board will recall it was hit by a car last fall, and after the insurance money came through, we have a new tree there, so special thanks to the...
Is there anything downtown that hasn't been hit by a car? I mean,
The cannon is protecting
Oh,
my
yeah,
office.
yeah.
But
but it's amazing.
yeah, so we're glad to have that tree replaced. The rewiring project of the town hall is almost complete. The rewiring and the next phase of the door lock, which is the actual key card interface, that final piece is scheduled for June 7th, and then we'll be discussing key cards and all of that moving forward. But that project is moving forward. We are grateful that the voters at town meeting did approve the capital funding to replace the chiller at town hall, because 2 days after town meeting, the chiller completely failed. Fortunately, Mr. Schultz was able to get it back running so that we can go out to bid for the chiller replacement and buy about another month or so on the chiller as we do the procurement. But we should not have an interruption in climate service, but appreciative to the Capital Planning Committee, the Board of Selectmen and town meeting for their support. Same thing happened in 2011 for the town hall generator. No sooner did town meeting approve it, and then we had that October storm that knocked the power out. So we appreciate the support there.
Can I
Miss-
interrupt you for a second,
Yeah.
because you just reminded me of something. So I just want to give a special shout out to Chuck for his assistance on
Okay.
Memorial Day for the parade and everything.
Mhm.
He took care of bringing the flag down to half-mast for us for that ceremony. He made sure it went back up at the appropriate time, and he assisted in carrying everything out. And I just want to say thank you very, very much. I think, as far as I'm concerned, he went above and beyond that day. And you reminded me of that, and I just
Alright.
want to say that.
Thanks for bringing that up, because, I mean, he does a lot.
He does,
Yeah,
and he
good
was
way.
really, I mean, he wouldn't even let me carry anything. I mean, he just was gonna take care of everything, and he did, and it is so very, very much appreciated.
A little different than the position.
Great.
for the
I-
past.
Yes.
I will make sure, I will tell Chuck personally, and I'm sure maybe he's watching, but I will make sure he knows.
No one's watching.
So, and then
6 viewers.
Ms. Tierney, our treasurer tax collector, is just getting ready to do the next round of tax title. We've been very proactive now in that area since she's joined us, so we'll have another report for the board based on the money that will be brought in through those efforts. Also, she informed me today in the next set of bills going out for the Board of Selectmen, there is a color promotional flyer for the transfer station that the board had requested. So in the next set of bills that are going out, there's a nice insert promoting the transfer station services moving forward. She will also, with Cindy, by the time the board meets next, the goal is for it to be installed. There will be a kiosk near her office for folks that want to make credit card payments and so forth at Town Hall. And we will also be using that for the transfer station purchases. We talked about having this as a location. So between Barbara and Cindy, that's almost up and operational here. Cindy is still looking into remote sale of items up at the transfer station with an appropriate device. So more to come
Vending machine up there.
on that. Pardon?
Little vending
A vending machine, right, but maybe at least the opportunity to potentially purchase bags or so forth. But this will definitely be another location to purchase transfer station stickers and so forth moving forward, because the DPW.
Compost bags too.
Yeah, okay. Compost bags, so we're still on that. So, again, and we're in good shape for the June 10th town meeting. I will be meeting with all of the departments on June 12th. One of the things that we did last year, which we'll do this year, is I asked them to provide, which I will transmit to the board, their plan for the implementation of all of the projects that were approved at town meeting, but also the status report on some of those that are still late moving forward. So we'll have an update for you at that time. So the first action item, you have in your packet a letter from the superintendent of schools, Dr. Malone, to the board and myself requesting that the board act to approve the amended FY20 budget and waive the 45-day requirement on the budget. First of all, Dr. Malone gives her apologies that she couldn't be here tonight, as the school committee is meeting right now as well. And she did offer to come, and we can discuss in a moment, offer to come to the next meeting on the 18th if the board would like to discuss any issues. This particular issue, as the letter says, there's not a substantive change to the budget. It was the way that the things were reported, and that has since been ironed out. And this board previously approved that amendment and waived the waiting period. Well, they want to make a series of transfers to their capital stabilization, their special education reserve, and those two accounts, and that has to be done by June 30th, the end of the fiscal year. Because they amended the budget, the Department of Revenue is requiring that the Board of Selectmen in both towns approve the amended budget, which we already did once, but approve the amended budget again and vote to waive the 45-day period. The reason we're waiving the 45-day period, well, the request is twofold. One is there was no substantive change to the assessment in either town. And secondly, 45 days from now would be past the June 30th to make those transfers to those accounts. So she's respectfully requesting that the board vote to approve the FY20 amended budget and waive the 45-day period.
I don't see an issue with it.
No.
Any discussion?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we're voting to waive the 45-day waiting period. Okay.
Do we need a formal motion?
Through the chair, to approve the amended budget and waive the period.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended FY 2020 Ayer Regional School District budget and waive the 45-day waiting period.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And the chair says aye.
That's just for the chair.
How's that, did that go okay next door in Shirley? The same request? Or
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. They did it last night.
Okay.
And she apologizes. She would be here tonight, but
No,
they
we
have a
understand
pretty
that.
big meeting.
Yeah, they were-
That's fine.
I saw her up there, so heading over to
Okay.
Would the board, so she has penciled it as a hold. Is the will of would the board like her to come on the 18th to give one update? And I just got the revised field project, which I'll send to the board. The plan is to go back to Shirley sometime in September on the field project. And I have conveyed to her, from my perspective, the will of the town of Ayer and the interest about the issues of the elementary school, and explained that we understand the issues. The biggest concern is if everything was teed up today, it could be up to 7-year waiting period, that we'd like to start the process.
Right.
And she was not opposed to that, or the school committee to start the process. So perhaps, in my opinion, maybe if she came on the 18th and gave a public update on the field, we're all set. I mean, when I say we're all set, our part is, it's all in Shirley's hands on that. But maybe also have a discussion about starting that process.
I have no issues with it.
I have no
yeah.
issues.
So I just wanted to confirm
I think
with
that
the
would be
board.
good.
Mhm.
Okay.
Are they, for the fields, are they going back to the same dollar amount? Because of the question
Yeah.
is capped at the 7.1 million, right? Right.
It's about the same with the caveat, they're saying that what they had originally went for last fall would now be closer to 10.
Yeah.
So, they're going for
I read-
7, yeah.
Yeah, I read that article.
Yeah, that was, yeah, and I talked to her briefly at the track meet, and she was explaining how she priced out things separately, like, you know, the retaining wall in the back, and she was getting figures, you know, as
Yeah.
opposed to as a whole. She was trying to bring it together more as this and that, and it seemed to be working, but I don't know what the final figure was.
Okay, I will then, I will ask her to provide a brief update on the field project from her, and then that we would like to discuss next steps on the process on the elementary school, and then any other topics.
Sounds
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. The next item, summer is slowly upon us. As has been in the past, the Board of Selectmen have adopted a summer meeting schedule, which I think has worked very well. First, I do appreciate all that the board does, and I do appreciate this board's willingness to meet sometimes multiple times, sometimes beyond the schedule, sometimes with short notice, at least 48-hour notice, but short notice. So just to start the discussion, I don't know what Selectmen's plans are, but would propose that the next meeting, of course, is the third Tuesday, June 18th, that we meet once in July and once in August, and then go back to the first and third Tuesdays in September. I had proposed in the packages for discussion Tuesday, July 16th and Tuesday, August 13th, but obviously it's the will of the board.
So normally, if we were going to meet in July, it would be the 2nd and the 16th, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So personally, I think the 16th of July is perfect because it's right in the middle of the month.
Mhm.
Works for me.
Now, for August, because we always try to like balance it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, August 13th looks good to me because we would be meeting on September 3rd, which in August we'll have to discuss to see if anyone has the Labor Day plans. I think last year we had
It's the
we
day
had
after
a
Labor Day.
conflict, yeah.
Oh, they had the election the day after Labor Day.
There was something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
about it, yeah,
Brilliant,
so,
yeah.
you know,
The state.
as we get closer to that one, if there's a conflict, so, but it looks to me like it's aligned properly, and I don't have a problem with the dates.
July works for me, August might not work, but I won't know.
Well, we can play it by ear too, right?
Sure.
I mean, we
Yeah,
get
that-
close,
yeah.
so Let's really just switch it
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the 20th or whatever, I mean, I think.
yeah, that's
open to
fine,
that.
Okay.
yeah, because that, and if that happens, that's fine with me,
Mhm.
I can tell you right now, because I don't usually schedule anything for a Tuesday anyway.
Sure.
So-
Yeah.
So for right now, we definitely agree on July 16th,
Yes.
and then,
To be
we will
determined.
further discuss about August.
Sure, great. I was just gonna say, so we'll meet June 18th, like we normally would, board normally would, July 16th, and then we'll discuss August as we get
Remember when we
closer.
had contract negotiations in the summer, the 1 year, oh my
Mhm.
god.
19 times one time.
And the chair,
We agreed to 2 meetings,
That was
and we got
based on
19.
the particular chair.
That
at
was
the time,
summer of
but-
2013.
and then lastly, and the chair,
Accomplished nothing.
the chair is correct. Usually, when you meet in August, you have a sense of the Labor Day. Sometimes we've moved that around.
Yeah, so,
too.
yeah,
But
so.
For right
we-
now,
Yeah,
we will definitely need the 2 meetings in September with the fall town meeting coming up in October.
okay.
All right,
Good.
great. The last item is as the board knows, we discussed the Devon's Framework Committee. So 2 things real quick. One is our local committee effort. I've tasked Alan has an idea to try to generate some interest, to get a local committee
Does it
going.
involve a Facebook video?
No, more than a Facebook video. So I've asked him to sort of retool that, and we'll have an update for your next meeting on that to try to get local interest. So that we're still moving forward with. simultaneously, they want to have this Devon's Framework Committee where they have 3 representatives from each of the towns, Harvard, Shirley, Ayer, and Mass Development meet. And they wanted a selectman, the town manager, and if you had a citizens committee, the chair of that. We decided at the previous board, or the board decided, obviously myself, we picked Alan for now as the director of economic community development until we get a local committee in place. So the question is, and with the full board, is who would like to be the selectman representative? From what I understand, there's not going to be many meetings. The purpose of the Devon's Framework Committee, as I understand it, is to get mutual agreement on the scope of the feasibility study and how much of that, ideally all of it, Mass Development would pay. So in terms of commitment, I was told, don't write this in ink, it wasn't a huge commitment. They would be evening meetings, probably at Mass Development, though if there's more than multiple meetings, maybe we can host one, but I think that the first one would be there. So they were asking me, who from the Board of Selectmen would like to be the representative.
I wouldn't mind, but I don't know how anyone else feels, so.
Well, I'll be honest, I was hoping to be on the local board and work on that.
The local one.
The local one, yeah.
Okay.
I
Yep.
can do both if no one else wants to.
I would be happy to fill in for either one of you if you can't make it, but my schedule with 3 kids and work is hard enough to make it here on Tuesdays, so. I think it's fantastic that these 2 are. And like I
So
said.
now we gotta narrow it down.
And I'd be
to 2.
happy, I went to.
Does anybody got a coin?
Oh, so wait a minute, so were you talking about the same thing, or are you talking about, I'm sorry?
We're
There's-
talking, yes, sort of.
So there's 2
There's-
committees.
Yes, no, I understand, you're talking about 2 separate, you were talking more about the local.
The local
And you're
one.
talking about more like the mass.
The
Right.
framework.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
so that's, so moved, perfect.
Which way did we move it?
Well, you volunteered for one, and Scott wanted to work on the other one, so I
Okay.
think it,
I'll do the local one if you want to do
Okay.
the one at Mass Development.
Okay.
and
Alright.
I'd be happy to fill in if either one of you
All
can't
right,
make it.
so we had a motion. I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Chair says.
All right, so moved and seconded, moved by
Why is
Selectman
it always the
Hillman,
simple ones that sound as
second
Yeah.
by Livingston, to
Sorry.
appoint Selectman Hood as the representative to the local Devon's Committee,
Yes.
and Selectman Livingston to the Devon's, what they call the Devon's Framework Committee at Mass Development.
Okay.
All right, great. And then, so lastly, for the next meeting, Jessica Strunken is coming, the new director up at Devon's.
Oh, yes.
And I did meet with her briefly to sort of brief her on a whole bunch of issues that have been of great concern to the town, from disposition, Vicksburg Square, wastewater contract expiring, some of the cosmetic issues, some of the previous issues like the fence, the demolition of the building over near the Moore Airfield.
Yeah, that was, they did do the ones over
Right, they
here.
did the one
Yeah,
over there.
Thatcher was good about that, he did try to fix the mess.
So
yeah.
she's coming for a meet and greet, but she has been briefed and will continue on the issues that the town has, and I'm sure that the board will have many questions and comments moving forward.
Is there a plan to bring Vicksburg Square back in the fall for, because they're doing a horrible job of outreach if they are.
Now, that is unclear, and
Okay.
so I have asked her, it would behoove her to, when she meets with the board, and I don't know, is what is the strategy and what is the plan
Mhm.
on that? So they pulled it as, and we don't have any more info at this time, including what their plan is.
I wonder if they know.
So she will be here at the next meeting as well. Final point, as I mentioned, just in report, we will, with that contract coming up, the wastewater contract, it was discussed at Capitol and so forth. We have one more year. We want to use this next year, and we'll have further discussions to plan appropriately so we don't have the problem of 20 years ago with that contract. And one of the things is to have a flow consultant. This is short money, but an expert third party, look at all of that. The other thing is,
And town council that actually can write a contract
Yes.
that's somewhat favorable to the town.
correct. So that's coming up. Also, the intermunicipal agreement for regional dispatch, that expires on June 30th. The sky isn't going to fall on June 30th, but I will be providing with the board some initial information.
Please
We
don't
will-
make us negotiate with Shirley in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, well, the plan is for myself and my counterpart.
Fantastic.
I-
I
I'm
say we
busy
just
that
give them
night.
a cost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the
that's,
cost, it is what it is.
Yeah.
so, but I will
Fair,
get that to you all to deliberate on before we
3 years.
go over there, so. Thank you.
Thank you.
It must be, right? Was it a 3-year
It was a
contract?
2-year.
Oh,
Okay, I was
yeah.
gonna say, it seems.
But still, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
thank you.
for a future meeting, and this is Ken Diskin's idea, he actually brought it up to me at the
Is
St.
this
Mary's.
under new business? Select-
Oh, yeah, we there, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so now we're at new business,
Sorry.
selectmen's questions.
And I'm sorry, it just came to my head. Ken mentioned at the St. Mary's block party, and it's something that I thought of too. If, let's say, the proposed zoning changes on Park Street, we need to address the 7 telephone poles that are above ground, which only serve 2 at 3 buildings, and talk about putting those underground.
So let me just,
If
so
you-
I'm with you. So
Yeah,
we're
so
on Park
underground,
Street.
and he had spoken
Okay.
to Mark, and he wanted to bring it to to one of the, so he brought it up to me and said, you can take it as your own idea, but don't do that, but,
Mhm.
and I went and looked at it, so it goes under the fire department,
Mhm.
and it really only serves new car, Dunkin' Donuts, and then when you get to, what's it, Groton, what's that?
Garden Street,
Groton Street, I mean, it could,
after Napa.
because if Alan's plan works out, you're gonna have 2-story buildings, you're gonna be looking right into utility
Yeah.
poles.
Mhm.
Unlike East Main Street, which would have been millions because they were doing services over to every single resident in the road, this is relatively not a huge project. So I mean, just something that maybe we want to reach out to National Grid, like I said,
Yeah.
it may not even be 7 poles, it might be 5 poles.
Okay.
But I mean, if you noticed any of the pictures of Main Street from the 70s, you see all the poles. So it can be done.
Oh,
Yeah, to old buildings, and I mean, they did it down here, which just made a huge difference, so I think
okay.
it's something to explore
Yeah,
with National Grid, obviously, but we should look into it. And I know
okay.
he's spoken to Alan as well, Ken, but it's a good idea worth pursuing at least, or at least seeing what it would take, like I said, especially if the zoning has changed.
So through the chair, for the next meeting, we'll put under new business an update on what we can get on that. We will also have, because it's June, the update on the internet.
I was just gonna
ISP, I did
mention,
not forget. So we will,
and on that, so basically what I'm looking for is like pros and cons,
Yes.
the costs, timelines as to how it can be done, are there grants available,
we've been working on it, so we
and
will,
just a,
Yeah.
concise,
Yep.
easy to decipher.
Yep.
Presentation, and then, maybe potential steps forward, depending on
Yep.
what they've decided, so, thank you, because I was actually gonna mention that.
so I will add that, and then we'll have an update. Let me at least find out on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming Mark's gonna weigh in, I just, like I
Yeah.
said, Ken
Oh, that's a
Ken
good
wanted me to bring
idea.
it up to the board and see if it
Mhm.
was something we might be interested in talking about.
Anything else under new business?
No, thank you.
Mary? It says selectmen, but anyway.
No, I just thought of it, because you usually do the reappointments, and I don't know if I'm up on anything, but I want to stay on the
We're not,
two
oh no,
committees.
yeah, we haven't done appointments, I'm sorry, we thought you were talking about something else. No,
No.
we haven't done appointments, but appointments should be starting to appear next
Next
week.
meeting.
Yeah. So Mary
And
would like
green-
to stay on everything.
Mary Spinner, green light.
Anything else we can sign you up for? You're retired.
Yeah. If we find a hole in the committee, we're just adding your name and then just telling you when to show up, so, okay. All right, so approval of meeting minutes on May 21st. I wasn't here.
I read them, I didn't find any issues with them.
and I knew Scott was gonna read them, so I'm sure they're fantastic, so.
I did peruse through them. I didn't find anything that stood out to me that looked wrong, so.
The one thing I'll just point out, because I've gone back to Carly a couple times, is when I received the minutes, the fonts look misaligned on a couple of sections. I pointed those out to her.
Oh, really?
But she says in her document that they are.
Sometimes the packets come like
Sometimes,
that
yeah,
too.
sometimes,
The
yeah, they
pictures come
do
like that too. They
change.
come
Yeah.
stacked.
Occasionally, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with them. So I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for May 21st, 2019.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And the chair says aye. Meeting minutes approved. All right, so at this time is the annual reorganization of the Board of Selectmen. And this is what we always do. And with that, I would like to make a motion. I make a motion that Scott Hood be made chairman.
I'll second that.
I'll accept it.
As long as I don't have to be clerk.
We haven't gotten you yet, mister. You just got elected this year.
So
So,
that's a motion made
Yes.
by Selectman
So-
Livingston, seconded by Hillman.
all those in favor to make Scott Hood the new chairman of the board?
Second.
Aye.
Oh, yeah, aye, sorry.
And the chair says aye. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, nominations for vice chair.
Do what you gotta do.
I just made the first motion. I mean, somebody else can make a motion, but you were just elected.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to appoint Chris Hillman the clerk of the Board of Selectmen.
Oh,
Seconded. All those in favor?
no,
No?
no.
So that's 2 yeses?
Aye.
So aye,
Sorry.
chair says aye.
I came back for you people and I ended up the clerk.
We did set the new standard last year.
Do you want the record to reflect the nay?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the clerk. I don't read minutes.
All right. So
I'll still read them, don't worry.
yeah. Okay. So congratulations to the clerk.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'll make a
Okay.
motion to appoint Janice Livingston as vice chair of the Board of Selectmen.
I'll second it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna second it because I don't want to be clerk. I'm actually kind of annoyed about it, to be honest with you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
No.
I'm vice chair. All right. Anything else tonight?
I
All right.
just have one contract I need the board to sign on the counter. You've
Yes.
already
We
done it.
have to sign those.
And we have to sign those things.
I'm
All
out
right.
Chris,
May I make a
We're done.
motion for
We adjourn?
adjournment?
no, I just need
Oh.
to sign something.
Can we have can you adjourn? Wait a
I'm
minute.
sorry, I thought we did.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 8:03 PM.
Seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, chair says aye. Congratulations, everybody. Good night.